The starting 11 for the Play Fit Academy: Tisha Belfort, number 4, Latoya Kenya, number 6, Skylar Bihari, number 9, Donicia Henry, number 2, Maya Davis, number 5, Chanel Jordan, number 10, Jasandra Joseph, number 23, Jelanda Sandy, number 8, Kayla Millard, number 12, Tamia Sinclair, number 7, and Celine Logan, number 1. And that is our starting lineups for this game.
Well, it's a sunny afternoon in the capital of Trinidad and Tobago, Port of Spain, and we are off for our third game of the Defence Forces 3Ws Cup here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. And of course, it is Play Fit, and they take on the Grenadian women's national team. Of course, they were in action and they lost to the host 2-1 yesterday, so it's a must win for them. Play Fit, of course, from Point Fortin. Long distance travel for them. This is their first game of the tournament, so they'll definitely be looking to impress this evening. It's Liu Chin here alongside Renee Bess and Joshua Fletcher from the Interception podcast. Gentlemen, what action are we in for this evening?
Well, good weather, good weather, everything. Two strong teams. Looking forward to great play today and what the cup brings. Renee?
Definitely looking forward to this game. I think there's a lot of expectation on the Grenada national women's team, as this is a must-win game for them, as you said. I think they're going to play really hard, and I think the Play Fit Football Academy also they have a lot to play for as well, coming from so far and this being their first game.
Well, absolutely. We'll see how it plays out, and immediately we see Grenada building up from the back. Their defensive performance yesterday was really good. Unfortunately for them, they conceded 2 goals, but it must be noted that they did have a very strong defensive performance. Malia Ramdani at the heart of that defense, wearing number 15 for Grenada. She was absolutely brilliant yesterday for them. As we did say, pressure on the Grenadians today. If they are unsuccessful today, they could be back on the first flight back to Grenada, as it is only the group stage of the tournament. 3 teams in each group. The top 2 teams will advance into the semi-finals, and then of course the big final next weekend. And that's a beautiful ball played out wide. Grenada immediately on the attack, knowing that they have to win this one, and it's Hilaire, and she's brushed off of the ball very easily by Tamia Sinclair, and it's cleared out, and it's a throw-in for Grenada. So, gentlemen, of course, the 3Ws Cup, Women's Cup here in Trinidad and Tobago, wonderful initiative by the Defence Force Football Club. Just want to get your thoughts on the growth of the women's sport in Trinidad and Tobago and the region.
Well, the past couple of years, we have seen a great growth in terms of women football. I know they brought about the Wolf Women's League recently, and just we see more teams coming into the league, and it's just great to see more action from the women. We have a lot of talent in Trinidad and Tobago as well as the region, so we look forward to it, man.
I definitely agree with you there, Joshua. I think we have a lot to expect from these teams as well as women players in general. I think the growth of the sport has increased a lot over the years, and you could even see it internationally and even at the club level. I think women are just as talented as men and are seeking to get the same opportunities as them, and tournaments like this gives them that opportunity.
Well, you spoke about talent there, Rennie. We saw some beautiful skills just now there from Jelanda. Sandy, wonderful takedown and pass through. Unfortunately, nothing coming of it for Playfit. And Grenada seem to be the team looking more likely so far in the first half. Only a few minutes in. No real clear-cut chances as yet. But we do expect to see both teams grow into the game. Shania Johnson plays a nice ball over the top, but I think there's too much on that one. Celine Logan will easily wrap that up into her goalkeeping gloves, and she launches it forward. Again, it's some good control. Playfit showing some of their technical ability early on in this one. Could be danger here, but it's averted very quickly. But the ball is right back with the Grenadians once again. Here's Charles. She's fouled. And it's a free kick, the first of the game. And no surprise that it's going to be Malia Ramdani who's going to be standing over this one. Maybe not the angle to cross. She might actually go directly to goal. We did see a free kick scored last night. Could we see another? Ramdani dinks it over. But it was a tame effort, but the goalkeeper didn't deal with it. Ball in the back of the net. But the flag went up. Sean Gonzalez, linesman on the near side here. But nevertheless, gentlemen, Grenada looking to be the more likely team. Seems as if in the process of her heroics, Celine Logan, Playfit's keeper, did take a little knock, but she's back on her feet. And play should resume anytime soon. What's going to be the difference in this one, gentlemen? What's going to win the game for either team today?
Well, what I've seen so far is that the Grenada national team, women's team, have a lot of off-the-ball movement, and it is well. And they have a lot of intricate passes going through. So that is great football I'm seeing thus far. Playfit have a lot of technical ability, good passes, good control, and it looks well so far. So you just will have to see what goes on.
Yeah, I think a big difference maker would be the physicality of the two teams. As we saw yesterday, these young women are not afraid to get down and dirty in the tackles. You know, we see some tackles flying, some shoulder to shoulder. You know, and I think that will make the big difference, and hopefully that the referee, you know, allows a bit of contact, because all of that is a part of the sport.
Absolutely. As we see Playfit pushing forward again, Ramdani once again well positioned. It's nice build-up play in the midfield here from Grenada. Here's the skipper, Fullerton, very skillful, and she plays a beautiful ball out wide, but unfortunately her teammate, it was Rennie, I think out on the wide left-hand side. She was just offside. And Grenada once again knocking on the door, just getting it a bit wrong, but you do sense that some action is coming for them. And Playfit in no hurry to take this free kick whatsoever. Very early on still. Teams still feeling out the game, seeing where they could improve, seeing where they could exploit weak areas. And I think the Grenadians have to be a little more attentive, because they absolutely have to get the 3 points this evening. Of course, this is the first game of a doubleheader. Later on, the Trinidad and Tobago national team, they also lost yesterday. They will be taking on the Queen's Park Cricket Club women's team later on. They'll be making their debut in this tournament, well, at least for this tournament's edition. So that will be an interesting affair. Similar storyline to this game, Rennie, as we saw yesterday. The national team losing out, having to win today. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one plays out as well. Of course, we are streaming on Joint Services Network on YouTube, so do share the link with your friends, family, and those interested in the sport of football. As if you don't, they'll definitely be missing out on some great action here at the Hazy Crawford Stadium. As Grenada winning back possession in the midfield once again. It's a loose pass. Possession turned over to Play Fit. Launched up, but that's a good header there by Bob. Shania Johnson into Fullerton. And that's a lovely ball played through over to Bob. She's in once again. She scored the first goal yesterday, and can she finish?
Brilliant.
Wonderful finish.
Brilliant.
That is composure personified, and Bob once again opening the scoring for the Grenadians.
Lovely goal, guys.
I think this is a very, very good thing. I think this is what Grenada would try to do, try to play through Bob. She was very dangerous yesterday, as we saw, getting the first goal of the tournament and even getting the first goal of the game today. She's definitely one to watch.
Well, one to watch is an understatement, I think, Rennie. That was a beautiful goal. Lovely ball chipped over the top. It eliminated the entire Playfoot defense. And I'll tell you what, Bob slotted it home. And it's 1-0.
Must say she showed a lot of patience there and placed it properly. Well done.
Well, red seems to be the color of the day. Of course, Spain just nicking the Euros title against England, a 2-1 victory. And well, Grenada in the same color as the Spanish and seem to be having the same result. So if things play out in the way that it's supposed to, Grenada could see themselves with their first 3 points of the tournament, and very crucial points as well. That one, dangerous ball. You don't do that. That's the first thing you learn. Don't play a ball across the goal mouth at all. But they get away with it. You play
After
it.
10 minutes in this encounter,
That should be a foul, and is.
National Women's Team 1.
Gentlemen, a fast start from Grenada. They started really well. We knew a goal was coming at some point.
Take the opportunity to thank our sponsors.
Must say Grenada keeps that high pressure. Always have the back line on their toes.
Blue Waters.
I think what we're seeing here is a great level of fitness from the Grenada national team. They played a full 90 minutes yesterday, and they're back here again, giving it their all, trying to come out with a win.
Well, here's Fullerton on the ball once again.
Ministry of Gender and Child Affairs.
It's given away. Playfit trying to respond quickly, but Fullerton isn't giving up. How skillful is she? She just doesn't seem to lose the ball. She does there though. Commentators curse.
Picked up by Solani. She loses it.
Oh, that was lackadaisical. You don't want to be lackadaisical around Bob. Holds up the ball very well, but gives it away. Disappointing from her. Maylard. Shania Johnson now has possession for the Grenadians. It somehow gets through to Fullerton. In a good position here, the Grenadians looking to double their lead. Fullerton, of course, goes at the defender and she gets past. Can she find the all-important ball? It's well cleared away by the Playfit defense. Maylard once again out in this left-back position for Playfit. She tries to get past Johnson, but there's no way past her. And a strike comes in, but yeah, that's never going to trouble Celine Logan in the Playfit hit. It's a goal kick here for Playfit. Not sure. Okay, she did fix it in the end. Maya Davis, centre back for Playfit. She launches it into midfield. Johnson once again intercepts it very nicely. It's a good ball into Bob. Touch took her away, but this could be danger. Oh, and she just skewed it there. It was Hilaire. Didn't get contact she would have wanted.
I think she might have been better off trying to pass it across the face of goal.
They do say that's what separates the good players from the great players. It's their decision making in the final third.
Must say the Playfit needs to be a little more patient with the distribution of the ball. They are too hasty to deliver it out.
Here is Bob. course, they had 2 bucks on the team. Amelia, who's playing right back, number 17, and we have Ronelia, who of course was the goal scorer for the Grenadians, with a lovely finish. That finish reminded me of my days as a striker. She probably watched some of my videos before coming to play today. She definitely didn't watch Joshua Fletcher's.
Oh man, don't say that, man.
Well, Playfit under pressure once again, but Juan Gonzalez again saw an infringement, and Playfit get away with it. They do have the quality to the Grenadians, the likes of Bob, Renelia that is, as well as Fullerton. We've seen pace from Hilaire as well, actually coming into the starting 11. She didn't start yesterday. So, very interesting to see what they could cook up here. Fullerton intercepts nicely. Here's Bob looking for a second of the game. This time she decides to pass it off. Pass was way behind her teammate Rennie though, out on the left hand side. Charles Johnson. Back to Johnson. Very good on the ball is Shania Johnson. She's had a good few interceptions as well.
Picked up by Ramdani. She goes with it.
Oh, and that slice through. Bob is in once again. Can it be 2 for the Grenadians? And that's a wonderful finish there from Remelia Bob. I think the ball reached the manner, but the finish was all class. And it's 2-0 for the Grenadians.
She did very well to capitalize on her opportunity. Seems to be a very strong player, fox in the box as well as we're seeing right now. I think she could be the difference maker today.
She has a great striker's presence, just staying around the box and getting that loose ball. Great goal.
Well, Playfit, it's their first game of the tournament, and they've been absolutely shell-shocked in the first 16 minutes here in the Hasely Crawford Stadium. A masterclass by Ronelia Bob. So far, 2 brilliant finishes from her. And her team are in the lead, and that's a wishful ball forward by Playfit. They seem to have dropped their shoulders already. But it was good play initially by Ramdani, who drove forward from the back line, caused problems, and well, it led to Grenada's second goal.
I think what's important to note is the setup, the positioning of this Grenada women's team. They seem to have players in all the right positions, making the runs, picking up players, picking up free spaces. A little bit of skill there.
Well, Shania Johnson is having a really good game in the midfield here. She loved to top off her performance with a goal. This time she decides to keep possession for her team. Really playing with her brain on her there is Shania Johnson. That's a lovely ball through. And Rennie is in some space here. Can she find a cross? Bob is in the middle. Oh, she actually peeled back. And I'll tell you what, if she had held, she may have gotten a clear-cut opportunity there because the ball was missed by the Playfit defender. Logan clears it up. It's easily dealt with by the Grenada defense. They look very composed today. Oh, and again, commentator's curse seems to never fail. But a smile from Randani because she knows that her team is in the driving seat right now.
Playfit is now trying to string a few passes together. Millard picks up the ball. Easily dispossessed.
Johnson really pulling the strings in the midfield there for the Grenadians, as is Fullerton. And Bob is the lethal finisher. So they have created some sort of brand for them, have the Grenadians. It's a throw in here for Grenada. Or is it a free kick? It's actually a free kick. kick. I think the referee saw something that we might not have. And it's going to be Fullerton this time. He's going to swing it in for the Grenadians. Bob is in there. Hilaire is in there, as is Ramdani. Ball swung in, directed to Ramdani. She's free at the back. Oh, and I'll tell you what, that was a great opportunity for a third goal for Grenada.
Was a close one, you must say.
Well, we know of her defensive skills. Malia Ramdani, we saw her just now in an attacking position. And well, her attacking prowess doesn't seem to match her defensive one.
Must say she's itching to get on the score sheet today.
Oh, that's some lovely skill out wide from Bob. She really has been the star of this first half. Here's Bob on the right back. Shania Johnson. Played through. That's a good improvisation from the play-fit defense, and that's some good skill as well from Joseph. And it's given away once again. Playfit really haven't been able to get a foothold in this one. But Grenada, complete opposite. They've been absolutely brilliant. And here is a shot coming in. I think that was Fullerton. Yes, it was. Getting a shot away. Easy save there for Logan, but again, one in signs.
Must say Liu, Grenada's skipper Fullerton, she is commanding the pitch, every part of the pitch. She's everywhere, she's involved.
That is the way that you lead your troops. The performance of a player can really raise the morale of an entire team, and we could see. You're absolutely right, Joshua. And that's a lovely ball through. Bob Fullerton! Oh, and I'll tell you what, she'll be ruined that one, because she scores those 9 out of 10 times in training. But on the big stage, she was unable to convert. You were just singing her praises. It seems as if she wasn't singing her own.
We've definitely seen an improvement in the link-up play. I think yesterday there was a lot of loose passes, misplaced passes, loose balls all over the place. But today, the team looks a bit different. Something has changed, something the coach might have said. But they're playing really well. They have been able to subdue their opposition. They haven't been able to get into the final third.
Well, already I must say that the off-field ball movement by Grenada's national women's team is great. They are able to see the passes now because they are moving. So that can be a great contribution to their success today thus far.
Well, here's Bob once again. Grenadians are in, but this time it's good defending from Playfit, and they clear it away nicely. Maylard can't control that one, and Bob is going to capitalize. And she wins a throw-in for her country. Well, Ronelia Bob really has been excellent. Even that chance created just now, the link up with Fullerton. She turned creator. She has scored 2 goals already in this half. 21 minutes gone. And that's good play once again from Fullerton. Can she find the cross inside? She loves to dance on the ball, but Maylard was having none of it. But the Grenadians win it back ever so quickly. Here's Shania Johnson again. It's intercepted. A strike comes in, but well, that was well wide once again. But the Grenadians again are pressing. They're winning it in dangerous positions. And Playfit really look out of it. They're going to have to up this performance if they do want to get something out of this game.
Must say Playfit needs to have a little more presence in the midfield. They're exposing their defense.
Well, it's given away once again. Here's Fullerton. Bob looking for a hat trick. This time it's well blocked by Belfon in the Playfit defense, but danger still there. It's a corner kick for Grenada. No surprise, Fullerton is the one who's going to run across to take it. Ramdani moves into the box looking to redeem herself from her previous chance that she missed. It's whipped in on the edge of the box.
Not a bad ball at all.
Maybe a training ground routine as Bob plays it inside once again. Playfit defending a bit scrappily, if that is a word, but effective nevertheless as they get the ball out of the danger zone. Possession still with Playfit here. It's a nice ball over the top into Maylard, but it's well defended. And Grenada once again back in possession. They really have dominated this half. No real action at all for Salandi in the Grenada post.
Well, I've seen Playfit strikers have dropped a little more deeper to get into the game a bit more, get string a few passes, see how it goes, just to fill in the midfield a bit.
I think what we're noticing here is really great coaching. You see, when Grenada has possession, they seem to set up in a shape where everybody is in a free space, being able to pick up the ball, string together a couple passes. And here we have Fullerton coming forward again.
Well, Grenada are pressing forward. They do have a teammate on the ground stretching. She seems to be slowly getting back to her feet. No, the referee has now taken notice. I think it's Hilaire who's on the ground, and she's calling for the physios. We hope that she's okay, but of course, Renee, you would think that it was a good coaching decision with you sharing a name with the Grenadian women's head coach, of course, Jake Rennie. Was very excited yesterday to get this tournament underway, and he'll be very pleased with the way that his ladies have bounced back from yesterday's loss.
Yeah, I think he'd be really impressed. I think he also knows the capabilities of these young women. I don't think he'd really be surprised at all. He has coached them for a very long time. He understands all of their abilities, and he would have set them up in a way to get the best out of them.
I think judging by yesterday, he was able to see their weaknesses and make certain directions and adjustments, and that is why they are coming out successful thus far. Great showing by the Grenada national women's team.
Well, most definitely. With that injury to Hilaire, she's back to her feet, but both teams and both coaches have taken this time to refuel and get some new tactics maybe into these players' play fit. Definitely have to change up something, as they already look down and out of this one, even though only 26 minutes have gone.
A lot of time left in the game indeed. I think they need to get their strikers and their wingers more involved in the game, put some pressure on that Grenada backline, and get a few shots going, man.
Well, the thing about it is, if Playfit do get better, the threat for them is that Grenada get better as well. And well, if Grenada get better, that could get worse for Playfit, because they are absolutely scintillating this first half. That one is cleared up, and that's nice control from Rennie. She takes it down beautifully. Here's Fullerton. She's well tackled, but works hard to win it back. And that is one thing that the Grenadians have done well. They've won back the ball. It's a beautiful strike. Oh, and it's over the bar, but that's lovely play from Fullerton. The determination from the Grenadians. They win the ball back almost 5 seconds after losing it. Almost like Manchester City in the Premier League.
Must know a City fan.
Well, some may say a fan. I call it objective analysis.
I call it a bit biased.
That one sails out, and it's a throw-in for Grenada taken by Bob. Here is Ramdani. Nice ball into the midfield. And it's good passing, but given away eventually. But Bob, with her strength and really wise movement, you can tell that she understands the game really well. Fullerton.
Again with her quick feet.
This time she gives it away, but Hilaire! It's a good strike and a good save as well from Logan. That one might have been goal bound. Grenadians still on the front foot here in the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Fullerton again runs across to take this one for Grenada. We haven't seen any goals scored from set pieces as yet. in the 3Ws Cup. Can this be the first one? Well played, I stand corrected. There was a set piece scored yesterday. Direct free kick. And here it is! And it's Shania Johnson, and she dances, and she deserves that one. And that's 3-0 to the Grenadians. Wonderful football. Wonderful football from the Spice Girls.
In the 29th minute of this encounter between Grenadian national women's team,
it was coming once again.
Academy
They have had their
140.
tails up for the entire half. And a ball swung in to the play-fit penalty box, and it just seemed to have evaded everybody except the number 13, Shania Johnson. And what a finish it was. Question marks over whether the keeper should have done better, but nevertheless, Shania Johnson doesn't care. And it's 3-0 to Grenada.
Well, Leo, I must say Johnson was very much by herself. Nobody was covering her at the last post. Playfit needs to make some adjustments, else to be a very long 90 minutes for them.
Johnson once again, she slices that one towards Hilaire, but goes out for a throw. All smiles on the faces of the Grenadian women. They seem to be very comfortable right now, but comfort could be something that bites you in the back later on if it turns into complacency. So they'll be hoping to keep up the intensity and maintain their lead or even increase it. But here's Playfit trying to get back into this one. It's a nice bit of skill there. It's well defended once again by Bob. I think she's been pretty solid in the right back position as well for Grenada. Given a lot
Well,
of
at 30 minutes in this encounter,
also in a lot of space, and she sees
we
the
have
ball.
the Grenadian
Hits the
national
ball,
team
looking for
leading
Patrick. This time,
3 goals
well, Marshall, that's some
to nil.
excellent defending there
with
from
a double
Tisha
from
Belfont.
Redelia Ball.
Despite her team being down 3-0, she has had some
A goal in
good
the
pieces of
29th
defense when
minute
called into
by
action.
Shania Johnson.
Indeed, Leo, she's very strong.
We would like to thank our sponsors again for this.
Always is
3Ws,
unforgiving, Joshua,
This inaugural
when you have such a good
women
performance, but the
football
score just
competition
doesn't reflect some of the individual performances of the
by the
players.
Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force,
Football is just that kind of sport.
the Grenadian FA and the TTDF.
That one is given away.
The Clico Credit Union,
That's a lovely skill there from Davis, Maya Davis, and she plays it forward, looking for
Genius Constructing Limited,
teammate. But Grenada right back on the ball, Fullerton.
and
Excellent skill from her. She's trying
Constructing.
towards goal. She has the space and she strikes it.
Just
Just
over the bar.
Just couldn't keep it down. We've seen
Ministry
a
of
couple of
Gender
strikes now from
and
Fullerton. She
Child
just hasn't been able to
and the
get them on
Ministry of
target.
National Security.
You do sense that she's finding her range, and eventually one of those is going to end up in the back of the net.
Yesterday, with our doubleheader, where Defense Force
We got some lovely control there.
were victorious over the Grenadian
Cassandra
national
Joseph,
team
but it's given away. Rennie.
and Club Sando
Play fit, we're having none
beating
of
the
it.
Trinidad and
But
Tobago
Grenada,
national
oh,
women's
and
team,
unfortunately
4
for
goals to
them,
nil.
the referee's whistle has gone and pressure off of the play fit defense. Gentlemen, what have you made of the first half so far?
I think this has been a brilliant first half from the Grenada national team. They are definitely playing out with a lot more vigor, a lot more belief in themselves. I think this is a performance to be proud of so far. I think this is what we refer to as a baptism by fire for the opposition, and I think they'll have to do a lot more in the second half if they want to get something out of this game.
I agree with you, Rennie. Must say, Grenada national team having a great showing, great skill, great off the ball movement, great passes, and they are taking their chances. I think Playfit have a lot of work to do to get back in the game if they decide to. They are being exposed a lot in the midfield, causing a lot of pressure to their back line. Their strikers are not really being in the game, causing them to drop deeper. So when they have the ball, they are not really running towards wide to create room for themselves. They are more sticking in the middle. So I think maybe they should, waiting on halftime, get a few instructions from the coaches and see how it goes.
Well, 3-0 is a tall mountain to climb at any stage in a football match. But if you were to choose, you would have wanted a 3-0 deficit early on so that you have more time to pull it back. But from what we're seeing thus far, it seems as if the Grenadian national team are only getting better. As that one is played forward by Ramdani. Bob is in acres of space. What can she create here? She decides to go back. Shania Johnson, well, she has had a brilliant game so far. It's a nice ball from Bob, but should be dealt with. And is. Again, Ramdani is there to clean it up. She drives forward once again, plays a nice ball there into Bob. Bob looking for the reverse pass. I think she thought Ramdani was continuing her run, but they weren't on the same wavelength there. Skylar Bihari, the number 9 for Playfit, really hasn't been able to get into the game, hasn't seen much of the ball at all. Through no fault of hers, really. Playfit just haven't had any possession, so they really haven't been able to create any chances for her. So often, we see strikers being so isolated, and stats may show that they may not have many touches or chances created, but it really is difficult to be playing a lone striker in a team. Here's Bob. Gives it away. That's probably the first foot she's put wrong for the half. This could be a chance here for Playfit, but it's given away once again. That has to be frustrating.
You know, Liu, I must say, Sandra Joseph of Playfit, she is trying her best to string a few passes together. And she has a little bit of highlights herself. She's very skillful. I must say her team needs to help out a bit more to string together a few passes and get stuff going right now.
Well, Coach Noel Dennis of Playfit has a lot of talking to do during the halftime. His troops definitely need some sort of motivation, some sort of bright spark, whether it is he dips into his pockets of the bench or whether he uses his coaching knowledge to switch up the tactics. But it is their first game of the tournament, Playfit, so they are still acclimatizing to the conditions and the atmosphere, still finding their feet in this one, and, well, they may be able to get a win in their second. Not saying that they're out of this one yet, but if they do lose today, they still have another opportunity, and it could very well come down to goal difference, which is one reason why the Grenadians may want to capitalize on this performance that they have right now. Well, Malia, sorry to cut you there, but Malia Ramdani is dancing on the pitch. That shows where her mind is at.
I see we have a couple players down, probably some tired legs, maybe some injuries. It is a physical game after all.
Well, I must say, Playfit have a lot of time to come back. That is the positive thing.
Well, time is of the essence in these football games. Kiona Salandi, she has the ball in her hands now. It's probably the first time for the game actually she might have had it in her hands. She's really had no action. No disrespect to Playfit, but they really haven't been able to create anything to worry her at all. She did have a good showing yesterday, despite conceding 2 goals. But today is a different story. Here's Ramdani on the ball. She plays it into Shania Johnson, the most recent goal scorer for Grenada. She looks up and plays a nice ball into Hilaire, but should be cut out, and is. That's a positioning from Maya Davis. Kesele once again. What can she conjure up here? Nothing. She doesn't get the contact that she wants and it goes behind for a goal kick. Well, approaching half-time, it's near. What will be the coach's messages during this half for both Jake Rennie and Dennis Noel?
I think both coaches would want a lot more from their teams. Even the Grenada national team, I think they can do a lot better even though they are 3-0 up. I think he would want them to capitalize on more opportunities, score a lot more goals, especially if goal difference comes into play.
Well, Hilaire was fouled there on this near side, and Fullerton is standing over the free kick here for Grenada. They're looking for their 4th goal. Ramdani once again lurking on the back post. Seems to be her zone. Fullerton whips it in. Dangerous looking ball. It comes through. Ramdani gets contact again. And this time, Malia Ramdani is finally on the score sheet. What a beautiful goal that was from the Grenadians.
Well, she was itching to get on the score sheet from the time the game started, and she finally gets her goal.
Well, she had a chance earlier on in the first half, very similar. Missed the ball completely, but this time, Malia Ramdani made the contact. And the ball ended up in the back of the net, and that's 4-0 in the first half. Grenada definitely bouncing back from that performance yesterday. And I generally don't count people out of competitions, guys, but I think it's almost safe to say that Play Fit have their work cut out for them going into the second half.
I agree. They do have an uphill battle, but as I said, they have the whole second half to make some the whole half time to make some adjustments. The second half to go at it. So let's see how the game plays out.
Well, she was dancing a few minutes earlier. She scored and didn't dance, so I guess she celebrated in advance, knowing she was probably going to score that goal. That was really brilliant there from Grenada. Fullerton again in the mix, swinging in the corner that caused all sorts of danger for Play Fit. And they really, really have to up their game here, do the ladies from Point Fortin. Here's Hilaire once again. Into Bob, she can't control it though. Joseph. Oh, it's all scrappy again. Here's Bob. Can she score a hat-trick in the first half? Wonderful recovery tackle. And it's eventually cleared away. That was a beautiful tackle from Tisha Belfon. Bob was once again in. Possession yet again, back with the Grenadians. Rennie is in space. Gives it away cheaply though.
I think what I'm a bit confused about the tactics from the Play Fit Football Academy. I think there might be a lack of understanding when it comes to positional awareness. They have 11 players on the field, but they're playing like they have 7. Seems to be no midfield. Even the way that they set up, I'm a bit concerned for them going into the second half.
I do agree with you, Rennie. With that midfield being quite absent, they have no forward movement, no one to really pick a pass from the back going forward. And that lone striker, she's just alone on top there in between the two centre-backs of the Grenada national team. As I said, it's coming closer to the half-time, and the coach needs to make some adjustments.
Well, one of the objectives of this tournament, of course, is to provide support for the Grenadian women's team after Hurricane Beryl devastated them in the recent past. And well, this performance, and if they are able to come out on top, really will raise the spirits of the Grenadian women's team, as that one goes out for a Play Fit through.
I must say this Grenadian team has a real hunger. They are not giving up. They are fighting. As they lose possession, they are fighting back for it, and most times they do get it back. That shows a lot.
Well, About 3 minutes of normal time remaining in this one. Playfit will be hoping that that finishes quickly because they really need to get back into those changing rooms and regroup. Well, Grenada, they would have wished for time to continue because the kind of the momentum that they are on right now, they don't want it to be broken at all. That ball played forward, but again, possession given away. Here's Fullerton on the ball for Grenada. She's driving as she does ever so well. Lovely run once again from Fullerton. Can she make something of this? Finds her teammate in space and just didn't get the connection that she wanted there. Again, it's great work from Fullerton. Finding Brittany Charles in the space, but we've seen Brittany Charles get into that shooting position a couple times now, but she still hasn't gotten contact that she really wants. And that's cheaply given away. They got away again. They'd play fit. And possession right back with the Grenadians. That's a loose touch from Bob. Dealt with nicely by Belfont. She's had a very good half.
As we approach halftime,
Must agree with you there. Belfont really had a great half despite the scoreline.
first game of our double header between Playfit Academy of Port
Brittany Charles
and Grenadian national women's team.
taken away, had the ball taken away from her back, taken away from her, and eventually she fouled her opponent.
We want to thank you all for being in attendance. So 3 Ws.
Seconds ticking down to that 45-minute mark here in the Hasely Crawford Stadium for the Defense Forces. 3 Ws Cup Women Wellness Warriors, or Women Warriors Wellness rather. Wonderful initiative by the Defense Force Football Club to get these women's teams in action in our national stadium here in Trinidad and Tobago.
After this encounter, this competition
Can Grenada find one more goal before the end of the first half? Or can Playfit find a goal to go into halftime? Here's Bob. Scored 2 already in the half. Fullerton yet to score but had many chances to do so. That's well intercepted there by Sandy. And she plays the ball through. This could be a good opportunity here for Playfit. Sandy's on the ball again. Lovely skill. She finds some space for herself. I think she did a little too much there. That's good recovery by Bob. Here's Hilaire. She looks up and plays the ball into Bob. Here's Shania Johnson. She's all on her own and strikes it, but again, it's well defended by Playfit. And that one is sliced out for a throw. Any minute now, the referee should blow for halftime, but there were some injuries, so there would have been time added on. It's good, strong play there from Joseph. But the ball, yet again, is given away, but referee has had enough of the first half, and it's been a pretty one-sided one. Grenada 4-0 as they lead Playfit from Point Fortin. Two goals from Bob, one from Shania Johnson and one from the number 15 Malia Ramdani off of that set piece. And the Grenadians, they march into the changing room in confidence. At the half, it is Grenada 4, Playfit 0.
Malia Ramdani.
welcome back to the Hasty Crawford Stadium for the 3Ws Women's Cup, hosted by the Defense Force. I'm joined by Joshua Fletcher of the Interception Podcast, and we're here to break down a little bit of what occurred in the first half. It has been a good game, a very exciting one. The sun is shining, but it is confidence that is radiating off of the Grenada women's national team that seems to brighten up the stadium right now. Joshua, what are your thoughts on the first half?
Well, Rennie, the Grenada national women's team has a great showing, great off-the-ball movement, confident through the whole side, a lot of individual talent as well as a team as a collective. I think they just need to be a little more clinical in front of the post. They could have got more than 4, but I guess, as the game goes on, they will get a bit more into the game. They've been playing very well as a collective team. Must give a highlight out to the skipper Fullerton. She's commanding the pitch. She's all over the pitch. She had a few shots. She hasn't hit the back of the net as yet, but she soon will. Rennie.
So, and what do you think is the shortcoming of the Playfit Football Academy? I mean, this is their first game. This is Grenada's second game. Grenada must win this game, but Playfit seems to come up a bit short. What do you think the problem is?
Well, the Playfit Academy is their first game. They probably have a lot of jitters to get out, get a bit more accustomed to the pitch and, the environment. I think they don't really have from what I'm seeing, they don't really have an established formation. They have no midfield. All the midfielders are dropping to the back line, creating about 7 players in the back, and that could confuse a back line when it have so much players in the back. They need to have some sort of midfield to distribute the ball to the strikers and the wingers, and that is the part that they are lacking in. They need to have somebody controlling that middle part of the field to push that team forward. I saw at times they was trying to push up through the middle, and their strikers was kind of coming in a bit. They need to go wider to create space for themselves, and as I said, the coaches just need to make some adjustments, give a few instructions, tell the players to relax, enjoy the football, just have fun out there, and I believe they will play better in the second half.
Okay, well, this has been an exciting first half. Playfit Football Academy has an uphill climb, definitely coming down 4-0 down in the first half. I think we can expect a lot more from them, and I think it'll be a pretty exciting second half.
I do agree with that. I believe maybe some substitution, some fresh legs. There's a bit of fatigue out there. Players are dropping down frequently. I think once some fresh legs come in, a few instructions, Playfit can get back into the game, even though it will be an uphill battle. I think Grenada needs to be a bit more clinical in front of the post, because they do have the talent. They are probably a bit too relaxed as they scored the 4 goals in the first half, but they are playing very well, very composed. Great defensive work, going straight up to the attacking tree. I must say, Bob, she's playing great. She has 2 already. She might go on to get that hat trick. I hope she does.
Okay, and it has been a very exciting first half. I think Grenada has a very nice cushion going into the second half, and we can expect a lot more from them. And we'll be back with you, coming to you via the Joint Services Network here in the Hasty Crawford Stadium, covering the 3W Women's Cup.
What a blessing. Hey! See my African woman, feel like she girl. We inside after shot, the party came up. She put up she do one. When they fuck her, they man. You think I give her down? Your father, see the living, see the living. I started to see no way. When you're looking, and look down. What I thought was a treasure there. What I just say, you know, my people are the same. I'm the same. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes, really put down. I'm the same. I'm so fine. When you know, As we get ready for the start of the second half, in this encounter between the Grenada National Women's Team and the Play Fit Academy of Point Fortin, remind you of the scores. 4-0 in favor of Grenada, with goals coming from number 6, Renelia Bob, in the 6th and the 16th minutes. Then a goal by number 13, Shania Johnson, in the 29th minutes. And to cap it off in the first half, in the 40th minute, a goal by the defender, Malia Ramdani, number 15. We'd like to thank all of you for joining us this afternoon for the first game in this doubleheader, and hoping you'll be staying with us for the second game between the Queen's Park Cricket Club Women's Football Team and the Trinidad and Tobago National Women's Team High Performers.
Welcome back to the Hasty Crawford Stadium for the Defence Forces 3Ws football competition. And well, 3 Ws but 4 goals for Grenada in the first half against Play Fit from Point Fortin. So it was an absolute demolition in the first half. The Grenadians today being a must-win for them after losing yesterday to Defence Force. And I'll tell you what, they've answered the call of duty, and they are definitely in the driving seat here this evening as we await kickoff. Unsurprisingly, 2 people over the kickoff. You don't see that often these days. Usually one player on top passes it back, but Grenada reverting to traditional means. And they do start it, and it is Bob and Fullerton, 2 players who have been brilliant in the first half, who start off the second half. Liu Chin in commentary here alongside Joshua Fletcher and Rennie Best from the Interception podcast. Gentlemen, what can we expect in this second half?
Must say, I can expect Play Fit to a bit more improvements, string together a few more passes, just get themselves into spaces where they could collect the ball and have a bit of time to think and go forward. I expect them to fill that midfield a bit more. The Grenada team to be a bit more clinical in front of the post, even though they have 4 goals. And just a great rest of the game, great 45 minutes.
I think we're definitely seeing a bit of a difference in the Play Fit Football Academy. They seem to have a lot more people in the midfield right now as opposed to the first half. And I think that will benefit them a lot going forward. I mean, they do have a very, very tall mountain to climb, but as we say, anything could happen in football.
Well, most definitely, but Grenada still seem to be moving off of that momentum. They have started off the better in the second, but Play Fit are in possession right now. Belfon launches it forward and Ramdani takes it down beautifully. Here's Shania Johnson, who did get a goal in the first half, a lovely volley. And she was really industrious in the midfield for Grenada in the first half, intercepting, winning back the ball and making great passes into the attacking players as well. Difficult to pick a player of the match so far. I guess based on stats, you might have to say Bob, because she did score 2 goals, but quality all around the pitch for Grenada.
Fullington is not far behind Bob. Even though she hasn't been on the score sheet, she has had a very good game.
Well, I think I have a different opinion to the both of you all. I think Ramdani has been class, showing great composure in the back line, even getting on the score sheet herself.
Well, she did have a good showing yesterday. Definitely a great one today, Ramdani, that is. I guess after the 42nd 45 minutes.
Must say that was a close one by the Grenadian women's team keeper as she cleared the ball off the line.
Lovely ball played through there by Ramdani. Shania Johnson trying to replicate it, but that one way overcooked for Hilaire, but I think she fouls in the process. No, referee doesn't see anything wrong with it, and she keeps possession, and it's a throw in here for Grenada. Here's Fullerton, still looking for first goal. She's well tackled. It's actually, I think, a foul through. I'm not sure. Yes, it was a foul through given by the linesman Jedediah Martino, formerly of Trinity College East. Play fit, well, don't seem to be very eager to get the ball back in play, but they're gonna have to have a lot more intent in this second half. They don't have much time. 4 goals is a lot of goals to score. Ramdani cuts that one out nicely. And that's well won back. And it's cleared up upfield. Ramdani slices it up into Bob, who's offside.
Must say Playfit has come back out with a bit more confidence.
Well, the rhythm section is building up here in the Hasty Crawford Stadium. Playfit are going to need all the motivation and rhythm that they could get in their play. Here they are. That's a great tackle once again from Shania Johnson. And taken away by Fullerton. Throw in for the Grenadians. Of course, just to remind you, we are streaming here on Joint Services Network. And after this one, don't go anywhere because it is a double header. And the Trinidad and Tobago women's national team will be taking on Queen's Park Cricket Club women's team. That one kicking off at 7 p.m. right here on Joint Services Network. So don't go anywhere because this Defence Force 3Ws Cup is definitely producing a lot of action. Tamia Sinclair to throw this one in for Playfit. Ball is well held up, it's back with Sinclair. And she gets a nice ball there. This could be something cooking here for Playfit. But it's a loose ball and I think that's a foul, yes. Opportunity here for Playfit to try and put some pressure on the Grenadian defense. It was Joseph who was fouled in the midfield area.
This is definitely an improvement from the Playfit Football Academy. They didn't have these opportunities in the first half. We see them getting a little bit more advanced into the final third. Even winning fouls in that area. This is a dangerous area. We've seen a free kick scored from a distance such as this. Can they capitalize on it?
Well, Rennie, I think it finally sets in that they need to be a bit more aggressive coming into this game. It is a physical game, and to get forward, they need to be a bit more aggressive.
Well, Tisha Belfon has arguably been Playfit's best player, and she is the one standing over this free kick. It does seem as if she's going to go directly to goal. Kiona Salandi looks ever ready. She's on her toes. And it will be Belfont to strike. It does get good connection, but it's straight into the wall. And Grenada win it back. Can they counter attack here? No, it's good play from Playfit, but Fullerton gets the ball. Here's Bob. She looks up but slows down the counter attack, and the opportunity for that is long gone for the Grenadians. One back by Playfit. Here's Bob. That ball is played through and the Grenadians are charging it down. Belfont is under a lot of pressure, and if she's not careful she could lose out. Hilaire. And it's a throw in for Grenada. Has to be a lot more intense in those areas and in those circumstances there, guys. Does Belfont. Here's Fullerton. She has a lot of space. She strikes it! Oh, and this time Melania Fullerton finds the top corner. She waited for that one. Millions of opportunities in the first half, but it only took one in the second. And that's a screamer from Fullerton.
Strike, must say, great placement. And he knew from the first half she's going to get one behind the net. Lovely strike.
Well, we knew it was coming. We definitely knew it was coming. She had a lot of confidence in the first half. I think she got a couple assists as well. But in this second half, Grenada has taken a bit more of an advantage. They are now 5-0 up.
Well, Fullerton, the captain of this Grenadian women's national team, and that certainly was a captain's goal. And she's been brilliant all game long. And that was a well-deserved goal. What a beautiful strike from Fullerton. Well, the mountain just seems to be getting higher and higher for Playfit.
Tradition ready. And in number 18, Javel Alexander.
They now have a 5-goal deficit to restore. And it's looking very unlikely for them, unfortunately, as Shania Johnson tries to penetrate that Playfit defense once again. Well, Celine Logan really couldn't do anything about that strike. It was way out of reach. I don't think many keepers would have. That was well placed. All played out wide here to Johnson once again. Can she cook something else? And she does. She gets past the defender easily, but the final ball once again poor. Well, we've seen that a couple of times from the Grenadians. They've gotten into some good positions, but the final ball just hasn't been quality enough.
I was going to mention that I think Grenada wasted an opportunity coming off the back of the free kick. They had a very good opportunity to counter-attack, and they didn't take it, but the captain said, move. I'll take it over from here.
And you do have to do that sometimes as a leader. Just take matters into your own hands, or in this case, your own feet. McIntosh plays it into Ramdani. She drives forward. We've seen that a lot today. Wow. This time she gets past her opponent very easily. Plays the ball, but it's given away. Can Playfit find some sort of consolation goal in this one? It really doesn't look too likely for them, but that's given away. And this could be an opportunity. It's a decent strike from Maillard. And she still has the ball. She does have good technical ability.
Again, we see Ramdani making an important block. She has really been a rock in the defense.
Here's Fullerton. She puts over a nice ball into Bob, who is on a hat trick, mind you, and she's one-on-one. Can she find her third? She cuts it onto the left foot. Good strike from Bob! Well saved this time by Celine Logan, but it's great play once again from Ranelia Bob. And in the process, it seems as if one of the Grenadian players is down. Can't yet make out who it is. I think it might be Brittany Charles, the number 5 for Grenada. And you do feel, gentlemen, with a 5-0 lead, Jake Rennie may make some substitutions and protect some of the players.
I think he should. I mean, you're 5-0 up in the second half. I think this is a very good cushion, and there's a lot of games to be played still. I think this is when you take off some players, some important players, maybe the captain, just trying to protect those players.
Well, she seems to be back on her feet, Brittany Charles, so that's always a good sign. She has been good in the midfield for Grenada today. Definitely a player they won't want to have injured going forth in this tournament. And they did have a substitution at halftime, did Grenada. Amelia Bob, who was playing right back, has made way for Javel Alexander. A like-for-like switch. Alexander slotting right into that right back position, so no real worries for the Grenadian team as the ball is dropped back into play by the referee. Play fit, trying to build, trying to find something to get back into this game, or at least make the score look a little more respectable. Here's Ramdani once again winning the ball in midfield. Joseph plays a nice ball there into Maylard. This could be problems for the Grenadian defense. Maylard, what a wonderful piece of skill that is. And she still has the ball but has to go back. It's good defending, but she does draw the foul. And another opportunity to get the ball in the box for play fit.
Maylard has come alive a bit in the second half. You can see she wants to get something going, but she just needs a bit of help from her teammates.
Well, the starting right back for Grenada, Bob, Amelia Bob that is, did come off, so this is the second string right back. And though she has looked good while coming on, Maylard, having already grown into the game, could cause problems.
Indeed.
Ball swung in, it's actually a strike. Oh, and that one comes off the crossbar, and that's really unlucky. A wonderful strike. It was way out, and there's a beautiful piece of connection there. And Salandi was beaten, to say the least. And here is Belfon. Can play fit, build off of that opportunity. Can they find something, some bit of inspiration, and show their true colors here in the Hasely Crawford Stadium? Here's Shania Johnson driving forward, a nice ball there. And it's good play here from Grenada once again. Bob, she's forced wide, but she still has the ball. Danger still there for play fit. Hilaire swings in a nice one. Oh, and it's sliced behind by Maya Davis. Effective in the end, but I'm sure she would have been quaking in her boots when she made contact with that ball for that clearance. It's a corner yet again for Grenada. Fullerton to take it. And it's a substitution as well. Looks like it's going to be a double substitution for Grenada. And Brittany Charles rather, making way. She just picked up a knock, so you do sense that they're going to protect her a little bit. And she makes way for Gabriella Chase, the number 7, coming on for Grenada. And it's going to be Shania Johnson, who had a brilliant game, scored a goal as well. She'll be making way for none other than Keldona Jeffrey, the number 3.
Must say that's a great decision by the Grenadian coach. Getting a few fresh legs in there as the Grenada team played yesterday. A bit, some of the players may be a bit tired.
Shania Johnson replaced by number 3.
Well, Shania Johnson did have the captain's armband on. She just gave it to Malia Ramdani. And the subs will run on immediately to a goal scoring opportunity as Fullerton gets ready to take this corner. She swings it in and it evades everybody. Ramdani tried to get a shot away, but it's well cleared away by the play fit defense, and they press out nicely. That one sails over. Ramdani's under it and retrieves it very well.
And Gabriella made way
This is good play from Ramdani. Can she get the strike away? She does! And it's just wide. Well, Malia Ramdani is a centre-back by trade. But who says a centre-back can't cut in on the right foot and curl it into the top corner? Where is that in the rule book?
I do agree, centre-back by trade, striker by nature.
Well put.
She reminded me of the both of you all, actually.
That one is played out wide by Joseph into Sinclair. Trying to build up something here, play fit, but unsuccessful as they have been for the entire evening, unfortunately for them. Here's a substitute, Chase. She finds Bob in space. She's clearly been left on to score her hat-trick. Ramdani strikes it. Seems as if she herself wants a hat-trick. Does Malia Ramdani. Here's Fullerton. Nice ball there into Charles, who gives it away cheaply. But it is a free kick here for Grenada. Fullerton was fouled initially.
There seems to have been some positional change. Ramdani playing a little bit more advanced. She's no longer in the back four, but we know she's very dangerous on these set pieces.
Well, it's going to be Fullerton once again standing over the free kick. Surely she's not going to take a strike from there. She'll definitely have to chip it in for her teammates. And that's what she does. She dinks in a nice looking ball, but it's well defended by Playfit. Somehow they get the ball back. Bob once again, she's really determined. Ramdani's in space! And what a goal, it's Malia Ramdani. Guess what? That's her second goal of the game, and no, she's not a striker. She is the Grenadian centre-back.
Must say she had a one-on-one with the keeper there, and she took her chances and executed it well.
Malia Ramdani.
She showed great composure, especially in a situation like that. We know sometimes it could be very difficult. You could overthink. You could get under the ball and skew it wide or even high, but she did really well there.
Well, this is not cricket, and Queen's Park Cricket Club are in action later, but Playfit have been hit for 6, and the Grenadians are well in charge of this one. This is what a display from our regional sisters, and they want more. Here is Hilaire.
Must say I was talking earlier about the Grenadian team being a bit more clinical in front of the post, and we have seen that in the second half, taking their chances and executing it.
Couldn't have said it any better. Well, it's a competition now to see who gets the hat-trick first. Bob is on a hat-trick, Renelia that is, and Malia Ramdani is also on a hat-trick. I actually think she's been moved up into the midfield. She's been playing a lot further forward in the second half. And what a game she's had. And I think the pendulum has swung, because if it was to end like this, I may give Malia Ramdani player of the match, putting in a stellar defensive and attacking performance. And she could have had a hat-trick. Remember that chance she missed in the first half?
I think it really may be done and dusted for the opposition of the Grenada national team. I think they've tried their best, but 6-0, I don't see how they could come back from that.
Well, it's an injury here for Playfit. Seems to be cramp. The physios are out there. Jenna Caliste, the physio for the Grenadians, and Amanda Joseph, the physio for Playfit. She's out there attending to her players. QPCC, of course, taking on the Trinidad and Tobago women's national team in our second game of the doubleheader here in the 3Ws Cup at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Trinidad and Tobago needing a win to stay in this competition. QPCC, it's their first bit of action other than the opening ceremony yesterday, and they'll be looking to start off this tournament with a bang. Not too far from their home grounds, of course, so they'll be accustomed to the Port of Spain conditions. But I am joined in commentary with Rennie Bess and Joshua Fletcher of the Interception podcast. If you are a fan of local football, school football, national team football, and even Trinidad and Tobago Pro League, Premier League rather, the Interception podcast is the place to be. You can check it out on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for the banter. And of course, the all-important football media coverage that they do provide. And we are streaming live on Joint Services Network, the official broadcaster of the 3Ws Cup. Of course, action resumes next weekend once again for the semi-finals and the finals of the tournament. All will be played at the Hazley Crawford Stadium and streamed right here on Joint Services Network. But seems as if really is a big issue for the play-fit player. Still can't really make out who it is. But the physios and the team members are surrounding her, trying to get off. She's actually been stretchered off. So that's not a good sign. We do hope that she's okay and can continue in the tournament. But it is the end of her evening for now. And it seems as well as the play-fit outfit will be making a substitution. And it's not one that's usually made in football. But it is Celine Logan who's making way. That's the goalkeeper for Shaminka Rolasel. And she jogs into the post. Well, Celine Logan, unfortunately for her, did concede 6 goals. Not the best way to start the tournament, but to be fair to her, it's a little less of her performance, but the quality of the Grenadian finishing today.
Shaminka Rolasel.
Play finally resumes. Here is Bob. She's on a hat trick, trying to drive through. Substitute Charles picks up the loose ball in the midfield into Ramdani, who's also on a hat trick, and she's looking very likely. She drives through the midfield nicely. That's a lovely ball, and this could be the 7 for the Grenadians. Oh, it's off the crossbar. It's danger still there. Hilaire. Well, it's good defending, but Hilaire still has the danger there, and eventually it's cleared away by Playfit.
Again, we see Ramdani picking up the ball in the midfield and driving forward, trying to create something. I really think she has been the difference. I think she has impacted all of the goals today in some shape or form.
You know, guys, thinking that the Grenadian team has slotted home about 6 so far, they would, you know, be a bit more, you know, not less hungry, but they hasn't let up. They are still hungry for more goals, and that is impressive.
Well, it shows the mentality, as well as they will know that it could very well come down to goal difference, and it is the group stage. So 6 goals is only going to do them good. And they will be pressing on for more, as we can clearly see now. Here's Fullerton trying to add a 7 for Grenada. Ramdani swings it in. Cleared. Oh, and Bob just impeded a bit as she tried to burst through the defense. Here's Fullerton, great skill from her. Ramdani's calling it for it on the top. Hilaire's in space. Can she score it? Good save. First bit of action for Rolasel, and she does well. It's a bit helter-skelter in the back there, though, for Playfit's defense. They look very disorganized, it must be said. Here's Bob into Fullerton. Never seems to just knock the ball back one time. Always has to beat the player before passing it off. She's very skillful.
Very confident as well.
She still has the ball. She's still battling. Grenada just keeping possession here. Of course, Playfit did hit the crossbar earlier on in the second half. And Bob, beautiful skill, and she absolutely bamboozled Maya Davis there and draws the foul. And guess who's getting ready to take a strike? It's of course Malia Ramdani. Who else? Well, looking for her hat trick is Ramdani, and if she is able to complete that hat trick with a free kick, we could be looking at a Ballon d'Or nominee. Of course, we did see a free kick scored last night. Club Sando, Chelsea, former St. Augustine secondary footballer. Malia Ramdani has a clear-sighted goal. There's no wall in front of her really. All the way back on the edge of the penalty area. Ramdani measures this one up and she strikes it. Strikes it low. It came off her teammate, I think. Hilaire is onto the loose ball. Ramdani beats one. Ball swung in nicely, but Rolasso was all over that one.
I think the Playfit Football Academy are finding some difficulty in coping with the intensity of the Grenada national team. I don't know if that speaks to the level of football, the difference that is in terms of club football and national level. But it just can't seem to get a foot in this game, and I mean by now it's done. But I expected a bit more from them.
Well said, Rennie. I think Playfit is soaking in a lot of pressure. Then midfielders going straight back to the back line, and they're just soaking in all that pressure. And the Grenadian team is having a field day.
Well, there is still a lot of time in this one. 16 minutes of normal time remaining, and Grenada are yet again turning to their bench. Again, probably an instance of player protection. It is going to be Hilaire who makes way for Ocean Williams. Hilaire did have a great game, didn't get on the score sheet, but she was pretty effective down the right-hand side for Grenada. And it is Renelia Bob who scored 2 goals in the first half. And she makes way for Janella George, who herself has some pace on her. So it almost gets worse for Playfit because it's fresh legs coming on here, and fresh legs of quality players as well. So it only gets more difficult for them. Here's Sandy, wins the throw in there off of Karina Noel.
And after 75 minutes of football,
Coach Dennis Noel of the Playfit Academy is going to have to revisit the drawing board definitely after this one day. We have a match again on the 16th, which is Tuesday. That then becomes a must win for them. So he's definitely going to have to tighten up in those areas and improve in those areas where they lack today. But it is a free kick for Playfit. And it's Tamara Sinclair who stands over it. Not many options in the box, but she is going to swing it in. And straight onto the head of Malia Ramdani. Joseph picks up the loose ball. Good bit of skill. Problems here for Playfit. This could be a big opportunity. The pass was just ahead. Oh, she does well there. Here's George, substitution. Driving at the Playfit defense. Wonderful tackle from Sinclair. But danger still there for Playfit. Here is Fullerton. And she runs into the rounded Tania Sinclair. She seems to have gotten a knock. And they are once again calling upon Amanda Joseph, the physio.
The Queen's Park Cricket Club women's football team. Yesterday we had a wonderful encounter where the defense force.
Well, the other team in this group, guys, are the Defense Force. They're already on 3 points, a 2-1 victory yesterday over Grenada. We saw the likes of Aaliyah Prince, Chanel Arju, who did pick up that player of the match yesterday. And of course, Laurel Theodore, who got the second goal for Defense Force. So, seeing the performance of Playfit today, how do you think Defense Force is going to fare against them?
You know, they say, and I think Defense Force might be licking their chops. They can't wait to play them. So I think, you know, sometimes this might be the first game, a bit of jitters. It might be time to get acclimatize. But you know, Defense Force might be thinking, this might be a easy game, but Playfit can shock them come Tuesday if they get their stuff together.
You know, we always say that football plays on a day. I think that would be a very exciting game. Defense Force coming out with the win. But I think if Grenada played like this yesterday, I'm not too sure if they would have won that game. This is definitely a different Grenada altogether. But I believe that Defense Force will be trying their best to come out with another 3 points.
So the format of the tournament: Group A, the team that does finish first will play the second place team in Group B, and vice versa. Group B's first place will play Group A's second place. So teams will be trying to finish on top because they would want to face quote-unquote weaker opposition based on the group standings. So Defense Force will definitely have motivation to try and be perfect in this group stage and get those 6 points. Of course, it is their tournament, so they do have a point to prove. They would want to win, as does everybody, really. The Playfit are making some substitutions as well. Kayla Maylard, who had a decent game actually for Playfit, she makes way for the number 16, Alyssa Ferdinand. And it is Tamia Sinclair who makes way for her teammate, Shadasa Barrow, the number 13. She comes over onto this right back position where Tamia Sinclair was. She did have a good game, but unfortunately had to make way because of an injury. Just approaching the 80-minute mark, so 10 minutes remaining in this one. Grenada well and truly in control. 6-0 is the score. 2 goals from Malia Ramdani, the girl lady on the ball right now. 2 from Bob, who has got it already. Shania Thompson as well
Number 16,
on the score sheet. And of course, I think the goal of the day for Fullerton, the number 10 for Grenada. Wonderful strike into the top left corner. And Playfit try to progress the ball forward, but unfortunately they can't. Charles, loose possession in the midfield. That's some good skill from Sandy. He plays the ball over, but straight into the feet of Salandi.
I really think Malia Ramdani has a bright future ahead of her, showing great composure, something that players seem to lack nowadays, especially in that final third area, and even defensively. She's proving herself to be a very versatile player here.
Well, here she is again, and she plays a lovely ball through. This is nice from the Grenadians, and they slip it through, but just wide. It was really good build-up play. Playfit seemed to have had a collision between the goalkeeper and defender. But as you were talking about already, it was Malia Ramdani once again just dancing through the midfield. We saw her dancing earlier on the field. Now she's dancing on the ball. And it was lovely play.
I must say the substitution with this keeper from Playfit, Shamika, has made a difference. She's a bit more assertive, quick to come off a line.
Well, Playfits have had a lot of injuries. We've seen Amanda Joseph running on the pitch several times this evening already, the Playfit physio. I have to agree with you there though, Joshua. She has looked very comfortable in the post. She's come off her line. She's made a couple saves as well.
I think it may have been a substitution made a bit late. I think just Playfit just don't seem too sure about themselves. They seem a bit down, but still trying to get forward. I mean, this is just their first game in a very big tournament for them. What can we expect going forward, guys?
I think they have a few days to go back to the drawing board, see their weaknesses, try to capitalize on their strengths, see where they need to improve, make some adjustments to that midfield for sure, and get the striker and the wingers more involved in the game. If that happens, then I think they could do well in this tournament going forward.
It's looking pretty bleak right now for Playfit. You're really going to have to turn the tables for Tuesday's clash against the Defence Force. But here is Fullerton. Grenada still trying to add to that 6-0 total. Why not? Here's Ramdani, still looking for her hat-trick. That one is cleared away well by Maya Davis. And we are in the 84th minute of normal time. Has been a really good showing from the Grenadians. They've absolutely dominated this entire game, as you can see by the scoreline. Here's Ramdani. That one is well cut out. Opportunity here for Playfit. Can they find the ball through? Oh, it's a nice ball, but it was just behind Jordan. And easily dealt with by McIntosh. Here's Charles. Second half substitute. Sandy intercepts it, but it's given away once again. George, another second half substitute. Gets a second bite of the cherry and a third, but eventually the ball is taken off of him. Wonderful control there from McIntosh. Likewise from Joseph. I think Joseph as well for Playfit has shown some glimpses of brilliance in this one, and they just haven't been able to get her on the ball, the number 23 for Playfit, but could be a bright spark in their next game.
Indeed, Leo, she does have a lot of quality. I think they need to get her on the ball a bit more. The wingers need to, capitalize, get a few, go into a bit more spaces where she can see them and pick the passes. She's very good on the ball. She can hold the ball, very skillful as well. So I do think there is great talent in this Playfit side. They just need to, capitalize on it and go forward.
They just seem to be having a bit of difficulty coping with that Fullerton and Ramdani midfield duo, picking up a lot of the loose balls, stringing together a couple passes, being very direct in their play. I think that's the big difference maker in the second half.
Well, chance here for Grenada, but all the attackers were on a different wavelength. There was a nice idea from Carlette Daniel. But Ocean Williams didn't see the play. And another chance goes a begging for the Grenadians.
As we are in the 87 minutes of this encounter,
that's well won by Ocean Williams. Opportunity here for Grenada again. She gets in a nice ball. Can she strike it here? It's a wonderful strike and a wonderful save. Beautiful save there from Rolassel. Fletcher mentioned how good she was, and she's called in touch there.
I think she has great reflexes. She showed it just now.
29th, 40th, 53rd, and 65th minutes.
As she picked up the cross coming into the box.
We'd like to remind those in attendance of the second game of this double
patient with her distribution as well.
Between Queen's Park Cricket Club.
Well, that's some good pressure there from George, but I think she does commit a foul a bit too eager.
in this, the inaugural 3Ws football competition.
Of course, just to remind you once again,
By the Trinidad
Spain were crowned Kings of Europe today, 2-1 victory over England. In Berlin, goals from youngster Nico Williams and Oyarzabal. Cole Palmer was able to equalize after Spain initially going forward for England, but a late dagger in Jordan Pickford's goal caused Spain to be Kings of Europe. Best team of the tournament, it must be said, so deserved winners. And of course, the action in world football continues with Argentina taking on Colombia, and informed Colombia later on tonight in the Copa America final. So interesting to see how that one plays out. Here's Ramdani. Swings it in. Oh! And it's a mistake by Olasso. We were singing her praises. But she slips up in a crucial moment. Ramdani, the creator. And I think it was George who pounced on the and it is 7-0. The Grenadians lead against Playfit Football Academy.
It must be said again, Ramdani has had a very, very good game. Definitely a player to watch for the future. Not just for Grenada, but in women's football globally. Very confident, very direct in her play. Picking up that loose ball in the midfield and driving forward. What a player she has been.
Well, she's been doing that all evening long. We've seen her driving forward. Seems to be in her nature. As Joshua said, a defender by trade, but a striker by nature. And an all-round footballer by nature. She has performed brilliantly today, and by all means, it's a no-brainer that she's definitely tonight's player of the match for this one, as she jogs back into her midfield position, wearing that captain's armband. Well, what a performance from the number 15.
Number 6 for Grenada, Grenada and being awarded the
Ramdani on the ball again.
The match for this encounter. Congratulations.
Well, we have been saying that Ramdani should be player of the match, but actually we just heard the stadium announcer say that it's Ronella Bob who has gotten man of the match. Deservedly so as well. She did start off the scoring for Grenada, so I guess we could understand that one. So congratulations to her.
She had a really good game, but I think I just have to disagree. I think Ramdani has performed really well. I think she has been the difference maker in this entire game, and even for Grenada in their 2 games, starting off in the heart of defense, even coming forward. I think she should have been named the player of the match.
I have to agree with you there, Rennie. I also think that she was integral in this victory. Well, 90 minutes played and none added on. The referee has had enough. I'm sure Playfit have had enough, and Grenada, well, they would have wanted more. But nevertheless, 3 points in the bag for the Grenadian ladies. They bounced back from yesterday's win with a huge 7-0 victory over Playfit. Wonderful performance from the Grenadians. And that is the end of our first game in the doubleheader here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium in the 3Ws Cup. We have a lot more action for you, of course, coming up at 7 p.m. Trinidad and Tobago's women's national team will take on QPCC. It's their first game of the tournament, Queen's Park Cricket Club, so they'll be looking to impress, while Trinidad and Tobago will be looking to bounce back after their defeat yesterday to Club Sando. So at the end of this one, Grenada 7, Playfit 0.
And Amnitas Contracting Services. Also like to thank the Grenada FA and the TTFA for their part in this competition. We also like to thank the NWRHA, the Ministry of Gender and Child Affairs, and the Ministry of National Security. time, welcome. So let's put our hands together for number 6, Grenadian. As she receives award this evening for the woman of the match for this evening's encounter. After netting 2 goals, one in the 6 and one in the 16 minutes. Congratulations, Ms. Bond.
We are back at the Hasty Crawford Stadium after full time. Hi, and we are back at the Hasty Crawford Stadium after full time. Grenada hitting Playfit Football Academy 7-0. And what a game it was. Joshua, your thoughts?
It was an absolute trashing. Grenada really dealt with Playfit. They could show that they came into this game knowing that they had to win, and they did not hold up. They did not ease up at all on the Playfit team. They played great football, great off-the-ball movement. The first half, I was saying they need to be a bit more clinical in the second half, and they came right back out and they did that. Must say, great performance by Malia, Ramdani, and Fullington, the skipper. Ready?
I think there was a really good performance from the Grenada national team, especially coming off of that defeat yesterday. I mean, if they played like that yesterday, I think they may have gotten a different result. But we saw that Renelia Bob picked up the Man of a Match award. Do you agree with that?
I disagree. I think Ramdani, she played a great game. She showed how versatile she is in the back as well as on top. She's a great defender as well as have a lot of attacking capabilities.
this might certain of this I mean, what I say,
So right back. Martin has space on top. Archer. Well, they're well closed down there by QPCC. But turns nicely there, Oriel Martin. And she gets across there, no, but again, Emily Nanton does really well to put her off. And QPCC deal with it nice. Here's Alonso. Good ball into Matupu. Gives up pretty easily. Wasn't really a good bit of body language there from Matupu. But really, of course, the Copa America was carded to be, oh no, that was a close one there. O'Brien got a bit complacent, but with the Copa America being postponed, it only makes you have to tune into Joint Services Network and view the 3Ws Cup here in the Hazley Crawford Stadium.
So we're going to thank each
Need
and
the
every
football
one of you
really to watch.
coming out and supporting the 3Ws.
There's a lot of great action here. And that's some great action there. Oh, and it's saved. But the ricochet works in her favor. And just like that, it's came on QPCC right back in it. Defensive blunder in the back from Trinidad and Tobago. And they are rewarded QPCC. And they've scored right before the stroke of halftime.
I think that's just what QPCC needed to see. The ball in the back of the net just to get them that confidence, because they are still in this game. And they do have the talent and quality to go forward and probably win this game.
As we all know, 2-0 is never a safe lead. 2-0 is never a safe lead in football. The goalkeeper for Trinidad and Tobago just maybe getting a little bit too complacent, and a poor back pass from the Trinidad and Tobago national team. QPCC are now back in the game.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, it was Shakima Forrestine who got the goal. It wasn't the prettiest of goals, but
For QPCC is Shamika Quarantine.
yes, it was her. And well, they don't care how the goal came, but once it came and it's 2-1, it really does give Trinidad and Tobago something to think about going into the halftime break.
Indeed. But QPCC still has some tightening up to do. And I believe as they go into the halftime, they could go back to the drawing board and see where their weaknesses are and try to capitalize on their strengths.
Well said. As that one is played forward, but should be cut out and is by Chelsea Frederick. And it seems as if Salandi, score of the first goal for Trinidad and Tobago, has moved over to that left-hand side with Mariah Williams coming over to the right. And here she is in possession again, Salandi. Has had an impressive first half. A goal and an assist, of course, assisting Taisha Griffith.
Put on by the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force in collaboration with the Grenada FA.
Now one played over. Problems here could be for Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, Wood, that's good composure from her, but she actually plays it right into Anique Walker. What can they make of this QPCC? Can they equalize going into this halftime break? The answer is no, they can't, as they give the ball right back to Trinidad and Tobago. And any minute now, yep, there it is, and the referee blows, and it's a very entertaining encounter that we have here in the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Trinidad and Tobago lead very slimly. QPCC, it's 2-1 goals from Griffith and Salandi for Trinidad and Tobago, and then Shamika Forrestine with a quite unorthodox goal late on in the first half, and that leaves us 2-1 here. Trinidad and Tobago lead. It's halftime.
welcome back to the halftime analysis of the 3Ws Women's Cup. I'm Rennie Best, joined by Joshua Fletcher of the Interception Podcast, and we're here to break down tonight's second game of today's doubleheader. We have Trinidad and Tobago national women's team, the Soca Princesses, taking on QPCC. Joshua, how do you think the game was in the first half?
It was a great game. Both teams have a lot of quality. You can see it. Just Trinidad and Tobago has the edge over QPCC right now. Trinidad and Tobago is pressuring QPCC. The defense is soaking up a lot of pressure. They are playing wonderfully. A lot of off-the-ball movement, which is always good to see. As you can see, Taisha Griffith is basically running the side. She's doing what she wants on top there, and that is great to see as well. QPCC not playing badly. Just need to see a bit more from the midfield. They need to be a bit more present and confident, just to give the backline a bit of an ease going forward. Need to get a bit more passes string together to get the ball forward and see what it could get from it. Other than that, great game thus far. I can't wait to see what second half brings. Ready?
Okay, well, I agree with you there. I think we had some nice goals in this first half. 2 coming from the Trinidad and Tobago women's team. 1 coming from a defensive error, from the Trinidad and Tobago national team as well. QPCC doing well to capitalize on that opportunity. Do you think in the second half that this will be brought down to individual moments from good players, or do you think as a team on the whole, QPCC could try to come back into this?
Even though I am seeing a bit of individual talent from Taisha Griffith, Trinidad is playing as a collective team, and that is great to see. QPCC is still playing a bit individual. I think, as I said, the midfield need to come together, be a bit more of a presence to give that backline a ease up. I really think once they both come out and play as a collective, it can be a great game. It possibly can come down to the wire. They tell you how close it is or how great they are playing as well. A lot of quality on the field. So it'll be an interesting second half, must say.
Well, I have to agree with you there, Joshua. So guys, stay tuned and please continue to join us with Joint Services Network as we cover the second half of this doubleheader. Trinidad and Tobago playing QPCC. So stay tuned.
Well, welcome back to the Hasty Crawford Stadium. It's the second half. Trinidad and Tobago leading QPCC 2-1. QPCC just getting on the score sheet right before halftime, making this one a very interesting encounter. Trinidad and Tobago, of course, this is a must-win game for them after losing 4-0 last night to Club Sando. QPCC is their first game of the tournament, the 3Ws Cup, hosted and put on by the Defence Force Football Club
Welcome back to the action.
in collaboration with the Grenadian Football Association. And QPCC immediately on the front foot in the second half, but it's excellent defending there by Trinidad and Tobago. Liu Chin in commentary here alongside Joshua Fletcher and Rennie Best of the Interception podcast. He would have broke it down for you at halftime. And QPCC have their first opportunity of the second half already. Alonso coming across to take this one for them.
Leo, I think we can expect a lot more in the second half from QPCC. They are a really good team, have a lot of quality. I think the changes they may have made may change the shape just a little bit, but we can expect a lot from them in the second half.
So it's been Alexander who makes 3-4.
Well,
Sharina Steele.
definitely going to have to, Rennie, if it is that they want to get back into this one. Well, there were some substitutions for Trinidad and Tobago. I'll inform you about those in a minute. As that ball is played forward. And that is one of the substitutes already. Shani Williams, number 16, has come on for Trinidad and Tobago, as well as Sharina Steele, who's on the ball now. Well, if she had gotten possession, the number 6, she's also on the field, and I think she's replaced Faith Alexander in the midfield, and it's Mariah Williams who has made way for Shani Williams, as well as Talia Martin. Number 7 is now on the field for Trinidad and Tobago. And I believe it was Shakira Charles who made way for her to come onto the pitch. Well, QPCC have started off the second half better. They do trail still, but we've seen some quality from them.
Do agree, they're a bit more confident in their play style now. A bit more sure of themselves. Working the ball from the back.
Well, here's Chelsea Frederick winning a throw there. Off of the substitute Martin. That's a long throw. Good throw there from Frederick. Goal scorer, of course, for QPCC, Shakima Forrestine out on this right-hand side. For the girls in blue, number 7. It's her persistence that really paid off, and she really got her team back into this one. Really good effort from her. But here's Oriel Martin, who had a brilliant first half herself. Archer into Griffith. She's already been on the score sheet, and she's in once again, and she dinks it. What a finish there! Taisha Griffith is on fire at the moment. That's her second of the game. Trinidad stood, and they lead 3-1 here in the Hills Griffith Stadium.
Excellent, showed great composure, but we have to talk about the pass from midfield. What a pass that was. Very few players could pick out a pass like that.
What a great effort. I think what was to say about this goal is that she was in between two defenders and still got her shot off. That was brilliant finish, brilliant placement of the ball behind the net. In the net, sorry.
Absolutely, I think it was actually Rashida Archer who slipped the ball through the QPCC defense like a knife through butter. And well, the rest is history as Taisha Griffith slotted it home. Another brilliant finish from her. As we remember, they won in the first half. And QPCC, despite their good start, find themselves down by 2 goals now. But they do have a free kick. Anik Walker is standing over it, but she leaves it for Ashley Alonso. That's really some great goals being scored tonight, not only in this game, but the Grenadian national team. We saw some true quality from them as well. Both national teams bouncing back from losses yesterday. Alonso dinks it in. Oh, she was free at the back post. I think it was a goal scorer again. Shakima Forrestine, yes it was. This time she just lacked the composure to redirect that one on target.
Lee, those are the ones that you have to put away.
Well,
but great effort.
Yeah, I question if she had time to even take it down and have a shot. But she went for the spectacular. But often when you go for the spectacular, if you don't score, it looks quite unspectacular. And unfortunately for her, she was unable to score there. But she does seem to be the danger player, danger woman for QPCC, as they make their substitutions now. They're dipping into their pockets here. Coach Derek Johnson sees it fit to switch things up. And it was Ashley Alonso who made way there, and Chanel Henry comes on, the number 9.
She comes on for number 13.
With the other substitutions, Chelsea Frederick did make way as well. We have Ari Bagan coming off, and it is Jamila Macklin, or rather Anushka Villarreal who came on. And then of course Shakima Forrestine, the goal scorer, actually after that big chance he just had, has made way for Bianca Mungal Singh there in the attack for the QPCC. So QPCC have taken action after conceding. That's a beautiful ball. Griffith in for her hat-trick. Can she finish? This time it's good defending from QPCC. They got across just in time to put her off, but Griffith definitely on fire at the moment, the number 17 for Trinidad and Tobago's high performance team.
QPCC defensive line have to be concerned about her. She's breaking them too easy. She's getting past them too easy. Have to do a better job containing her.
I think the defenders are trying to play for that second ball, but they just can't seem to deal with the pace of the attacker. She seems to be getting the better of them each and every time. She's already on a brace.
Well, Anushka Villarreal has come out onto his right-hand side for Chelsea Frederick, so she's in the right back position. One of the substitutions that just came on. Oh, beautiful there from Oriel Martin as she turns away from Matuk so elegantly. That's well cleared away by QPCC, and Matuk actually gets back the ball, so jokes on Oriel Martin, I guess. Anik Walker dropping a bit deeper in the second half. That's a nice laid off ball there from Kareem Forbes, and a beautiful ball there across the field. She's too far ahead there, but she does retrieve possession. Oh, that's some excellent skill. Can she get a good ball in across, and easily dealt with there by Michaela Yearwood, but there was some good play from QPCC, a little more of that, and they could be back in this one. Given away once again. And some good pace from Anik Walker. Can she find a good ball? It's not bad, but there really weren't many options, and Anastasia O'Brien can calmly ease this one out of the Trinidad and Tobago defense. That's a poor giveaway from Archer. She didn't look at what she was doing at all. Luckily for her, Trinidad still have possession. Nice ball there, but well cut out once again from Prescott.
QPCC looking a bit more alive. Looking to get something going here.
I think they waited a bit too long. Already been 3-1 down, and another ball being down on the keeper.
That's good defending.
Well, it's that Salandi Griffith link up once again, proving to be problems for QPCC. Here's a substitute, Villarreal. That's good strong play there from Kareem Forbes. Oh, she comes out of that little cul-de-sac very nicely, but slips unfortunately. Matuk though ends up with possession, and here's Anik Walker. Decent looking ball, but easily cut out from O'Brien.
think she tried to force it. I think she might have done better going to the heart of midfield. She had a bit more support there, then tried to go forward with the ball.
Emily Nanton with a strike on target, but very tame. And the substitute that was brought on to play that forward role there, Bianca Mungal Singh, has a lot of height. So maybe QPCC can exploit that. Trinidad and Tobago and the tallest of teams. So maybe some aerial balls would be the downfall of the Trinidad and Tobago team if QPCC can execute that tactic. Well, it's another substitution for them. It's going to be Anastasia Prescott, who I think had a great game as well in the back. She makes way. And it's Shalisha King, number 16, who comes in as well. It is Maya Matuk, number 17, who makes way for Jessica Harrigan. And Matuk did see a lot of the ball actually in this game. Wasn't really able to create much, but did have a decent showing this evening. And Trinidad and Tobago continue to keep possession very well. Here's Steele. Into Rodriguez. Nice ball into Oriel Martin. She has a lot of skill herself. The play breaks down in the midfield for Trinidad and Tobago. Here's Anik Walker. Able to keep possession there at QPCC. Griffith trying to make something of that pass. Here's Forbes.
Good hold up play from Forbes.
Breaks here into Harrigan. Just came onto the pitch. Lots of substitutes for QPCC. They'll be hoping for some goals. As he played out wide to Harrigan once again. No options really in the box, and well, I think she went for glory. But well wide of Michaela Yearwood's post.
We want to thank you for being part of the second night competition here.
This is the second game of our doubleheader here. Trinidad and Tobago versus QPCC. Trinidad and Tobago High Performance Team lead 3-1, 2 first half goals from Trinidad and 1 from QPCC as well. But Aisha Griffith scoring a second goal of the evening not too long ago, making it 3-1 to Trinidad and Tobago. Earlier on, Grenada did thrash their opponent 7-0. Play Fit Academy out of Point Fortin. And well, QPCC are in a similar boat here to Play Fit as they trail. But they do have an opportunity here to put some pressure on Trinidad and Tobago as they have a free kick in a very dangerous position. We'll see if they can capitalize from this one. Referee sends back the ball. She thought they were a bit too close to the ball there, but as a strike, oh, it was powerful, but it was always rising and didn't really trouble Yearwood. A decent effort nevertheless from Forbes, who has been in the mix a lot in the second half already in the midfield for QPCC. Ball dinked over. Griffith, of course, is on the end of it, but QPCC defenders are there, but there's a mix-up. And here's Archer. Can she strike it nicely enough? No, she doesn't. And QPCC are let off the hook once again. Kamika Forbes easily gobbles up that one. Big touch there from Nanton. And she's dealt with by Steve. 2 steals now on the pitch, Shireen and Sharina. Number 18 and number 6 respectively. We did have 2 Anastasias on the pitch as well on the opposing sides, but Anastasia Prescott from APCC did make way. QPCC make their way forward into the Trinidad and Tobago box.
We seem to have a player down for QPCC. Might be some cramp. I don't think they will be looking to have any injuries, especially in this second half.
Well, we have had a lot of injuries in this tournament already. There have been a lot of times we've seen physios running onto the pitch. Not sure if it's a lack of fitness and conditioning or just the intensity of the games. Have these players a lot of wear and tear on their bodies.
Have to remember, Lee, that some of these players, some of these teams played yesterday, and that wear and tear can be setting in right now.
Absolutely. Well, Trinidad and Tobago are taking the opportunity to make some substitution themselves. So one of the Steels is exiting the pitch. Shireen Steele comes off, and Jada Graham, number 19, is going to be making her way into the fray. And she's coming into a team that's in the lead, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course it's going to be Taisha Griffith, probably the player of the match so far, who's going to be making way for Akila Virgil. And Joshua Fletcher would be happy to see the name Virgil. Big fan of Virgil van Dijk.
She comes on all course.
Big player, must say.
So Serene Steve goes up, and Jada Bear, she comes on, and Naisha Griffith is for over 2 goals.
If you were listening to the broadcast throughout, I'm pretty sure you can tell what teams all of us do support. If you have been listening intently. Club teams, that is. And Trinidad and Tobago get things back underway. I believe it was Cashel Clark who just came off injured there for QPCC, but that's a nice ball played through, and it's a substitute already in action. Salandi is there. Here's Martin dancing through. Can she find a killer pass? She decides to go on her own, and now one sails wide. I think she should have played it out wide there, lads.
Indeed, that was a bit selfish by her, but not a bad effort at all.
I think she can afford to be selfish. She had a really good performance in the first half. She seems to be a very unselfish player, picking out a couple passes, trying to get her team out in front. I just think the angle wasn't with her. By the time she took the shot, she already had to go back across the goal. Very unfortunate to miss the target there.
Well, it is confirmed Cashel Clark has made way. That injury has ended her night. Hopefully it doesn't end her tournament, because she did have a decent game. And it's Hannah Vieira who comes on for QPCC. So the defender coming off, an attacker actually coming on. So QPCC seem to be chasing this one. Oh, that's well cut out there. Important from Villarreal. And that one is heaved away into the path of Trinidad and Tobago territory. And unfortunately for her, Shani Williams, she was unable to keep possession. 64 minutes gone. QPCC trail Trinidad and Tobago high performance team 3-1. 2 goals from Taisha Griffith, 1 from Dalilia Salandi, and of course Shakima Forrestine scoring the one and only goal for QPCC at the end of the first half. Here's Archer. Beautiful ball into Martin. She has space now and she strikes it. And just rising. She did get beautiful contact on it, but just didn't have the accuracy to trouble Kimika Forbes, who has dropped to her knees. You see the physios making their way onto the pitch.
I think players may not have warmed up properly. We seem to be having a big problem with injuries, players pulling up. I know today may have been a hot day. Some players might just be a little bit dehydrated.
Football is a very grueling game at times. We've seen the likes of Karen Forbes, who has been very industrious in the midfield for QPCC. And she's in conversation in the midfield there with Mongal Singh and Anik Walker, plotting something. They're going to have to change something. They're going to have to step it up a bit. They do have quality on the pitch. We've seen a lot of it so far, but only one goal to really show for it. Whereas Trinidad and Tobago have taken their opportunities. Could have had more, arguably. But 3 very well taken goals from the Soca Princesses has them in the lead. And Kamika Forbes is back on her feet. And it's a good sign there for QPCC. And they get play back on the way. It's a long ball up to Mongal Singh, who touches a bit heavy, but oh, she runs into her teammate there, Harrigan. Here's Martin. Trinidad and Tobago still in possession. Martin is in a dangerous position. Squares it back nicely. Salami! What a wonderful goal there from Trinidad and Tobago. A team goal. And the team comes to celebrate. That's Salandi's second. Trinidad and Tobago's fourth. And they lead 4-1 here against QPCC.
Must say, it's always great to see a collective team goal.
I think we must give credit to Martin here. She picked up the ball in the midfield, continued to drive forward, made a pass, and even made a very good run. And she was able to pick up the assist. I think she has been the spark in this Trinidad and Tobago national team for this game.
Well, she's definitely showcased her talent here as the number 10 for Trinidad and Tobago, Oriel Martin. And well, Salandi, that's 2 goals and an assist now for her. What a night she's having. And they've almost restored that 4-0 defeat from yesterday. Need one more to balance it out. But a really, really impressive performance from Trinidad and Tobago here tonight, it must be said. But QPCC still looking confident on the ball. They've by no means been a pushover. And the quality of Trinidad and Tobago has just been very high. And here's Martin once again looking for her own goal. Has a strike, but should be easily gathered by Kamika Forbes, and is.
I think we are having a very big problem with the QPCC team. They don't seem to have that awareness of supporting positions. You see players picking up the ball but have no real outlet when they're trying to make a pass.
They did make a lot of attacking. Ooh, and that's a great tackle. They did make a lot of attacking substitutions, did QPCC. Yet to really see any of those players cause any threat. Here's Salandi. And that's good defending there from Forbes. And that's an excellent pass into Vieira. Forbes. Oh, that's good strength again, QPCC. Oof. Excellent work there. Oh, and it's starting to get heated down there. Oriel Martin getting into the thick of it with Anik Walker.
Indeed, Leo, the game is becoming a bit physical.
And that's a throw in there from Villarreal, second half substitute. Did come on for Chelsea Frederick. And here's another substitute, Shani Williams, this time on the Trinidad and Tobago end. And yet another substitute in Steele. Ball given away though into Rodriguez, who finds a nice pass out wide there. Trinidad in a good position, but her touch just let her down there to Leah Martin. And QPCC trying to find their way in behind the Trinidad defense, but it's Excellent defending there from Jada Graham. Archer turns nicely and keeps possession. That's brilliant play from Rashida Archer. And it's excellent defending once again from Forbes. She's been really good for QPCC tonight.
She has been quite solid, especially since she fell into the back there.
Forbes also has history with the Trinidad and Tobago national women's team, making a couple of appearances for them.
Definitely shows she has been quality. And Steele dinking one over, but Forbes is ever present once again. And one is launched through. And it's good persistence from Nanton. It might pay off. She turns back, tries to get across in, but it's brilliant defending once again from Trinidad and Tobago high performance team. I think it was Rodriguez doing the defensive work there as we look to the substitutions once again. This time Trinidad and Tobago are the ones making the subs. It's Rashida Archer who's making way for Tian Wiley,
Substitution.
number 13, and it's going to be Danilia Salandi, the goal scorer, and with one assist as well. 2 goals and an assist for Salandi. Great showing from her tonight, and she's going to make way for Jaisha Alexander for Trinidad and Tobago.
Goal scorer of the double.
So, well, Paul swung in there by QPCC. Falls down. Could be an opportunity here, but it's well defended once again from Trinidad and Tobago. Shot comes in, but wide of the post. And as Danilia Salandi makes way there, gentlemen, she's my pick for player of the match. Not sure if you agree or disagree, but your thoughts on who you think could be crowned, let's say, queen of the match for this one.
For me, I think it's Taisha Griffith. She's a great player. She got behind those 2 center backs a lot and caused a lot of havoc. She made them very uncomfortable. So I believe it's Griffith for me.
I think I'll have to go with Oriel Martin. I think strikers get a lot of the glory, but the player to ping those passes, to play those balls, to even make the assists, they don't get enough. And I think she did really well today, demanding the ball from her players, demanding the extra effort. And when they fell short, she tried to do her best to regain possession. She had a really good game, and I think it's a man of the match performance from her.
It's a 3-way split. I guess the tournament organizers will have the final say on who's the player of the match for tonight, but definitely great performances all around from Trinidad and Tobago. Much improved from last night after that 4-0 thrashing from Club Sando. But it's not over yet. Mangal Singh finds a nice ball there, but it's cleared away once again. Here's Harrigan, has a strike. Oh, and well, wide. But QPCC still not out of this one. Their body language doesn't really reflect the scoreline. They're down 4-1, but you wouldn't think so. Excellent play there from Talia Martin. Here's Oriel Martin. Nice play from her once again. Really is skillful. Actually reminds me of Fullerton from the Grenadian national team. Both of them, of course, wearing number 10. Similar players, skillful and creative. Here's Harrigan. Singh lays it off nicely. This is some good build-up play here from QPCC. Walker goes all the way back to Forbes. He pings it forward, and that one should sail out for a goal kick. Don't think she wanted possession there, did Forbes. She wanted them to keep the ball in the attacking position, and she's letting them know that. Yes, Vieira. Starting to click. And they have a free kick, which Forbes takes quickly. A lot of space, but there's no way that Michaela Yearwood was ever going to be beaten from there. The Trinidad and Tobago high performance team goalkeeper. 14 minutes remaining in this one of normal time. Trinidad and Tobago lead 4-1 in this, their second group game of the 3Ws Cup. 4-0 defeat yesterday to Club Sando, and they bounced back well tonight. Here's Mangal Singh trying to score one for her team, chips it, but caught easily by Michaela Yearwood once again. Diving catch. Looked a bit like a cricket catch. I'm not sure if you guys are into cricket. Of course, the recently concluded ICC World T20 was in the Caribbean. Unfortunately, West Indies unable to win it, but India coming out on top. I'm not sure if you guys got any time to catch some of the action.
Yeah, I got a chance. It was a lovely tournament. I know I really wanted West Indies to win, but you know, sometimes that's how it goes.
Well, as you were talking about winning and the West Indies, they were in again there with Trinidad and Tobago. This time I think it was Aquila Virgil who just overran it a little bit. I think there was a great recovery tackle in there from QPCC as well. And it's only fitting that we did talk about cricket because QPCC is not playing cricket tonight, however. A lot of history, Queen's Park Cricket Club. The Oval itself, there's a museum there with a lot of history of cricket in Trinidad and Tobago. Very rich region in cricket, arguably our most successful sport.
For the Queen's Park team, Shakima, first scene. She
seems as if Anushka Villarreal, a bit of an injury. She did come on as a substitute, so it would be unfortunate to see her leave the pitch with an injury. Physios once again in action. And Trinidad and Tobago will be more than pleased with the performance that they put on tonight. Goals from Griffith and Salandi, braces for both. No, they aren't dentists, but definitely on point tonight with some great finishes, especially from Taisha Griffith. She absolutely rocked the net of the QPCC outfit.
I think this is a moment where QPCC have to learn from this game. This is their first game. They came, they tried. They weren't bad. I don't think they were poor. I think they just probably did not have the capability to keep up with the national team. I think it is expected that the national team would have a higher level of fitness and a bit more understanding tactically.
Correct.
I think the national team did a lot better where that is concerned, especially working in that midfield area. The midfield area is often where the game is either won or lost.
I think you've hit the nail on the head here, and QPCC still trying to press on. It's nice play. Mangal Singh in the middle, but it's cleared away, and it's a corner, I believe, for QPCC. Even in the late stages, they're showing some mental fortitude. QPCC. As Anushka Villarreal is okay. She runs back onto the pitch. That one swung in, it snuck up on us. But easily gobbled up by Yearwood once again. Possession back with Trinidad and Tobago. Here's Rodriguez. She's been solid throughout. Steal. Well, dink ball over the top, but easily dealt with by Forbes once again. Has been the standout player in this QPCC team. I think we can all agree on that, but ball is given away. Here's Oriel Martin. Oh, wonderful tackle there from Anushka Villarreal. She's definitely gotten over that injury. Battle there in the corner. Tobago. Oriel Martin gets out of it as well. She really is technically gifted, is Oriel Martin. Bit of unorthodox control there, but did the job. Possession, however, was given over to Trinidad and Tobago. Here is Virgil. Thinks it over the top, but that one was wayward. Nice idea, but wasn't into the path of Talia Martin.
The first goal for the Trinidad and Tobago performance team, it was an own goal. So it has not been given to Solandi. So just make that change.
That ball so over. Oh, and a missed kick there from the substitute, Jalisha Alexander. Was a good opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago.
I think she just needed to show a little bit more composure. She had time, she had space, she could have controlled the ball, picked up a head, probably picked a pass, or even tried to shoot.
Again, we just see the brilliance of Oriel Martin. Even in this late stage, her feet are still quick as ever. Steele picks up the loose ball, might have a pop, she's in space, does strike it beautifully there, Steele. But it was right down the throat of Kamika Forbes, but that was pure from Steele.
A very routine save from the goalkeeper. She stuck to her wits. She stuck to what she knew. I don't think she should even be getting beat there. She did very well.
Yeah, she did really well there. A solid goalkeeping, and that's a handball. I'll tell you what, that's why they tell you to play by the whistle, because Trinidad and Tobago, it was Talia Martin who initially thought she was offside, stopped playing, and the QPCC player picked up the ball thinking that play was over. Trinidad and Tobago nearly scoring from that, but you learn that from early on, gentlemen. You always play to the whistle. Well, QPCC, I think it's safe to say that this one is done and dusted. I'm not seeing anything really for them to get back into this one. It's 4-1 to Trinidad and Tobago. Despite the glimpses of hope that they've shown QPCC, nothing really.
Oh, what a pass that is.
Excellent tackle there from Rodriguez again. Sums up her game. She's been brilliant in the backline for Trinidad and Tobago. High performance there. It's cleared up. It's a throw in for QPCC.
As we approach the 85th minute, I think this has been a very good performance from the Trinidad and Tobago national team. They did well, showed great composure, capitalized on their chances, played as a unit, and I think that's all a coach could really ask for.
I do agree with you, Rennie. Had a great showing today. Totally different team from yesterday. I guess yesterday kind of helped them shift their mentality to get it going today. Fix the errors they made yesterday, and they played wonderfully as a team, individual talent, and as a team.
QPCC Still trying to make the score look a bit more respectable. That's a beautiful ball, but Mangal Singh is offside. She finishes nicely though, but of course it's not going to count. And well, Trinidad and Tobago really have bounced back. This is very impressive, and it's what you expect really from the national team, the Soca Princesses.
So as we approach full time in this one, we want to thank everyone for being part of the second day in the Women's Warriors Wellness Football Cup, hosted by the Defense Force.
She's getting a bit of action there. I haven't seen much of her since she came on. She is very talented though.
With the Grenada Football Federation and the TTDF.
Ball thrown in here.
Special thanks to our
And
sponsors.
they increased their lead through Alexander. Oh, that was some strong play, but clean, deemed by the referee.
They include Clico Credit Union, Sports and Games, Blue Waters, SMG, Junior.
Of course, the 3Ws Cup
Carol,
competition put on by the Defense Force Football Club. They are the hosts of the tournament and they are on top of their group. Actually, they sit second now in their group. They'll be in action again on Tuesday. But the competition, the Defense Force in collaboration with the Grenadian Football Association. Really nice initiative put on for these ladies to show their talent, showcase the brilliance that they have in their boots, and we really have been entertained both yesterday and today, and we look forward to see just exactly what this tournament will produce and who will come out on top. All action so far has been streamed on Joint Services Network. Here's stealing some space. Can she put the icing on the cake for Trinidad and Tobago? Anything but. Unfortunately for her.
she is the woman of the match for this game.
I think she's really coming down on herself just now because she knows she could have put away that effort. But great attempt, must say.
I mean, when you're 4-1 up, approaching the 88th minute, I mean, could probably afford to miss a couple chances, but I think she would have really liked to score there.
Absolutely. 88 minutes into this one. Trinidad and Tobago seem to be safe. 3 points on the board for them. This is their last game of the group stage, so they'll also have to await the result between Club Sando and QPCC on Tuesday to see exactly where they stand at the end of the group stage. Of course, first place of Group A will play second place of Group B and vice versa. As that ball is played through by Akila Virgil. She tried to run onto her own through ball there actually. But you don't see that very often. And yet another injury here. This time it's QPCC. And the referee is once again calling for the physio. Can't quite decipher who it is on the ground, but again it seems to be an issue of cramp.
I'm not sure what's the reason for all the injuries that we have seen. The game wasn't really that physical as compared to the games that we saw yesterday. Tackles flying here and there. I think maybe the players just can't cope. Maybe the fitness levels may not be at the highest right now. This QPCC team, as they seem to have had the most injuries during this game.
And now that I'm seeing the face, it is Anushka Villarreal. She did have a difficulty earlier, but she did come on as a substitute, so maybe something lingering from even before the match, or maybe she picked up a knock. But time is running out here in the Hazy Crawford Stadium. Sunday night here in Trinidad and Tobago, and we've been entertained to the max. Both games, Grenada with a 7-0 victory over Playfit Academy, and Trinidad and Tobago, well, they lead QPCC 4-1. And any minute now, we should hear those famous 3 whistles being blown. As Oriel Martin still looking for more. Hasn't got on the score sheet, but she does deserve a goal. As she whips it across. And that is the cherry on top of it. Trinidad and Tobago celebrate in unison. And it is the substitute Jalisha Alexander who sorts it home after the brilliance of Oriel Martin.
Picking up the ball, taking on defenders, a bit of trickery, a bit of magic, creating something out of nothing, being able to square a ball across the mouth of the goal and picking out a teammate.
Now that was brilliant by her, creating space for herself, beating the defender, putting a perfect ball in, just for the tap-in. Great effort.
Well, kudos to Trinidad and Tobago. They have restored their goal difference. They now won by 4 clear goals, so their goal difference reduced to 0, or increased rather, because it would have been on -4 after a thrashing by Club Sando last night. So they've done really well to get back into this tournament of Trinidad and Tobago. Side by side they stand. And well, Grenada in the islands of the Blue Caribbean Sea earlier on with a wonderful victory. And we've been very well entertained by these national teams tonight. As that one is played over the top, and you really do think that that is the end there for QPCC. 5-1 thrashing. That's not the way that you would have wanted to make your mark on your first game of the tournament. As that one is launched up any minute now. Will be full time, and it will be 3 points in the bag for Trinidad and Tobago. As Talia Martin, that is bursting down the right hand side. She's strongly tackled. The ball is actually still in play, but it's gone now. It seems as if Anushka Villarreal really hasn't been able to catch back herself, unfortunately. Hopefully she'll be okay to play their second game against Club Sando. That's a huge clash for them. It now becomes a must-win for them. In the dying embers of this one, here's Steele into Oriel Martin. Renee, best pick as player of the match. Nice turn there from Virgil, but immediately closed down by QPCC players.
It is important to note that QPCC did concede that goal while they were down a person, down a player. The Trinidad and Tobago national team having a numerical advantage in that situation. Very unfortunate for them, but again, the injuries, players suffering with cramp and these other kind of things. I think the technical staff, I think the medical staff as well, they must have to question themselves and see what they can do better going forward in this tournament.
Most definitely, Rennie. And well, it seems as if the QPCC players, as well as Trinidad and Tobago, really want the final whistle to be blown, because a lot of tired legs out there. Even in the late stages, physios still having to run onto the pitch to attend to players. Again, I'm not quite sure who's down. I think it's Rodriguez. Well, it's understandable that she may have tired legs. She's played the full 90, and boy has she played it well. Really solid in the Trinidad and Tobago high performance defense. Captain Anastasia O'Brien will be very pleased with her team's response to yesterday's performance. She has led well from the back in this Trinidad and Tobago defense. But QPCC still looking for a goal. Walker is well tackled there by Steele. Nice ball into Alexander, our most recent goal scorer. And this could be Martin's opportunity finally. It's a difficult chance for her. She has to cut back on. Actually, it's Virgil there. Akila Virgil. Substitutes linking up once again. Here's Alexander. She's in space. Swings it into nobody really. Not easily cut out. Oh, but mix up in the back. Oh, it's a great save there from Kamika Forbes. Somehow the ball broke to Talia Martin, but Forbes was ready to it and deflected it out for Trinidad and Tobago through. 95 minutes have gone. There were some injuries in the added on time, so maybe the referee is just taking that into consideration. But here's Martin once again. Very good performance, woman. She's still dancing around the QPCC defense. Mangal Singh. Good play from her. Maybe they can find a goal there, QPCC. Mangal Singh is still going, but eventually stopped in her tracks. Trinidad and Tobago are victorious here at the Crawford Stadium over QPCC 5-1. Thrashing of QPCC. And Trinidad and Tobago get their first 3 points of the 3Ws Cup here at the Hazley Crawford Stadium. Wonderful performance from the Soca Princesses. Goals from Taisha Griffith, a brace from her likewise. Daniela Salani with 2. And then it was Jalisha Alexander with the 5th and important goal to seal it off for Trinidad and Tobago. QPCC were able to get on the score sheet through Shakima Forrestine, but clearly it was not enough. And they came out second best in this one, the first game of the 3Ws tournament. But that is the end of our second game of the doubleheader here tonight. Defense Force 3Ws Cup. Trinidad and Tobago 5-1 victors over QPCC. That's all from me here. And, well, myself, Leo Chen, I will be throwing over to Joshua Fletcher and Renee Best in a bit to wrap up today's proceedings. Thank you for watching with us. 5-1, Trinidad and Tobago victorious over QPCC.
Welcome back, and what a performance, what a treat, what a great day for football. We have been treated with 13 goals being scored in the 2 games today. Trinidad and Tobago 5-1 victors over QPCC. Joshua Fletcher, what do you think about today's game? I mean, QPCC just couldn't seem to hold on, they couldn't seem to get back into the game. Your thoughts?
I think fitness was an issue. I think QPCC don't lack any quality. They have a lot of great individual players. They are great as well. I just think fitness was the issue. You see a lot of them dropping their heads coming down to the 65th minute, the 70th minute. I believe there are some fatigue started setting, tiredness. I believe the Trinidad national team, Trinidad and Tobago national team has a bit more fitness, a bit more technical ability, but I don't think QPCC lacked any quality. They are a great team. They had a lot of great passes, great off the ball movement. They just probably need to, go in the dressing room, go back to the drawing board, see where they lacked, and improve.
I have to agree with you there. I think Trinidad definitely had the advantage going into this game. It was a must-win game for them. We saw individual brilliance from different players all over the pitch. Player of the match today, well, especially my player of the match, Oriel Martin. What a game she had, picking up a couple assists. She was all over the pitch. How do you think she performed today?
Great player, great quality player, a lot of skillful abilities. Not just skillful ability, she's very strong on the ball. She knows how to keep possession, she knows when to play out pass, when to keep it, when to create space for herself. She has great vision as well, as you can see from the last goal. She's a great all-round player, very balanced, and she has a bright future ahead of her.
Okay, well, we definitely were treated today. So, guys, make sure to stay tuned to Joint Services Network as we cover the games in the Hazley Crawford Stadium of the 3Ws Women's Cup. Thank you.
You